Good evening. My name is Deanna McGee. I'm a presidential diamond with It Works Global, and I'm super excited to share with you guys tonight about how to stop chasing rabbits and running around in circles and feel like I am doing so much and I'm so stressed out and I'm ready to pull my hair out, but I'm not getting anything accomplished. Why? So we're going to talk about that today. I do want to start off with some motivation, and so I'm going to play a great video on YouTube, and also it is the first week of April. I hope everybody has their steps to success printed out and somewhere that they see it every single day for April. You should have one of these printed out every single month to start out the month, because that is our key to success in the business, to go all the way to the top of the company. That is our recipe. That's my secret. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to screen share with you guys. And as soon as this is done, then we will jump right into tonight's training.
You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become.
But you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs. Most people give up on themselves easily. You know, the human spirit is powerful. There's nothing as powerful. It's hard to kill the human spirit. Anybody can feel good when they have their health, their bills are paid, they have happy relationships. Anybody can be positive then. Anybody can have a larger vision then. Anybody can have faith under those kinds of circumstances. The real challenge of growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, comes when you get knocked down. It takes courage to act. Part of being hungry when you've been defeated, it takes courage to start over again.
Fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear put people in the hospital. Fear can aid you, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you're capable of doing, but it will paralyze you.
At the end of your feelings is nothing. But at the end of every principle is a promise. Behind your little feelings, it might not be absolutely nothing at the end of your little feelings. But behind every principle is a promise. And some of you in your life, the reason why you're not at your goal right now, because you're just all about your feelings. You're all on your feelings. You don't feel like waking up. So who does? Every day you say no to your dreams, you might be pushing your dreams back a whole 6 months, a whole year. That one single day, that one day you didn't get up could have pushed your stuff back I don't know how long.
Don't allow your emotions to control you. We are emotional, but you want to begin to discipline your emotion. If you don't discipline and contain your emotions, they will use you. You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it. It's not going to be easy. When you want to change, it's not easy. If it were in fact easy, everybody would do it. But if you're serious, you'll go all out. I'm in control here. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me. I'm coming back. And I'll be stronger and better because of it. You have got to make a declaration that this is what you stand for. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. Take full responsibility for your life. Accept where you are and the responsibility that you're going to take yourself where you want to go. You can decide that I'm going to live each day as if it were my last. Live your life with passion, with some drive. Decide that you're going to push yourself. The last chapter to your life has not been written yet. It doesn't matter about what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter about what happens to you. What matters is, what are you going to do about it?
This year I will make this goal become a reality. I won't talk about it anymore. I can. I can. I can.
Whew, I don't know about you guys, but I got goosebumps throughout that whole thing. I love that. So, okay. All right, so tonight we are talking about chasing rabbits and feeling like you're just so busy, but you just can't seem to actually accomplish any one of all of those 10 or so things. And there's so much going on up here that you're trying to organize it in your mind and make sense of everything, right? How many people can relate with me? So that's what we're going to do tonight, and I hope you have a pen and paper handy. If not, grab one real quick. I'm going to try and go slow. This is just something that I kind of developed on my own today, and I found it very, very helpful, and also it's like a huge task, but also a huge accomplishment because there is so much going on up here. To make sense of it all and have it written down was actually very exhausting. So I had to take a break and put my head on the table like this and closed my eyes for 15 minutes and then got back to it. And we need those little breaks because otherwise we're going to get burnt out no matter what we're doing. But in something like this, that if you feel like you're so busy like I do, and I feel like, okay, I'm so busy, but what am I actually doing? What am I actually accomplishing? What do I have to show for all of this busyness, stress, chaos in my mind? What do I have to show for that? So there's a lot going on up there. All right. So hopefully you've got your pen and paper handy. At the top, I wrote, this isn't even a journal, this is just a legal pad, and I just need to grab something quick. This is probably something that I will save because I'll need to do it again in the future, I know that for sure. I just wrote, chasing rabbits, running in circles, and I wrote the date. This way I can reference it because what we're gonna do here, this exercise is also going to have due dates. So what you're writing down is not just like, I'm just going to write this down and I'm never going to get back to it. Like, this is something you're going to organize, you're going to plan, you're going to strategize, and you're going to do it. Because the more that we, like, let's say you go to all the It Works events, you plug into the Zooms, you plug into corporate calls, you listen to self-development, you listen to It Works training on YouTube, things like that from other leaders. That's all fantastic, but if you don't put to work the knowledge that you've gained or the things that you need to put into place to get results, then you're never going to get results. So we're going to hold ourselves accountable to this. So we've got our title here, the date. Okay, what am I chasing? What are the names of the rabbits that you're chasing? What are you going through? And you're going to do 1 through whatever. After realizing how exhausting this was, I would suggest trying to keep your list as small as possible by just doing the top priorities. So for me, in order of priority, I did, I don't know if you guys can see, faith, motherhood, providing / income, stable relationship, fitness and image goals, horseback riding, my horse and riding, house repairs, and photo shoot. So those are the things that I feel like I am juggling so much right now, and I just can't seem to like get any one thing nailed down to perfection. And I am kind of a perfectionist, so it shouldn't have to be perfect, but I just want to see some kind of something results, and I feel like I'm just not getting anywhere. So next, what you're going to do, once you have those rabbits, the names of the things that you're chasing, you have the general idea of each one of those things, and then maybe you write them all down and maybe they're not in the priority level initially, then you can go back through and renumber them accordingly. The next thing you're going to write down is steps. This is very important. So I wrote down steps here. Your first step is to describe the rabbit. What that means is what's happening. What are your complaints about that situation? What is the issue? So 1, describe the rabbit. What's happening? What are your complaints? Number 2, list its purpose in your life. Why is this particular thing important in your life? So purpose is number 2. Number 3, what is your end goal or desire? What feeling will this provide you when you've accomplished it? So what feeling are you looking to have once you've accomplished getting that rabbit, right? Number 4, what steps need to be taken to accomplish it? So maybe that's a pros and cons list. Maybe that's an action plan. Maybe it's writing down just all of your thoughts about that particular thing to be able to just make sense of that whole idea in your head. Because sometimes there's just so much going on up there, right? So, and then the last step is the due date. When will you accomplish this? Okay. So a lot of times, if we look at that list, what are we chasing after? A lot of times, but not everything, but a lot of times it will be us working on those things because we formed a bad habit somehow, okay? So like the number 1 thing on my list is faith. Now I have faith, okay? Now not everybody might not be Christian. Whatever it is that you believe in, that's fine. But the thing is, like, I have faith, but I know that I'm not living up to my full potential in in my faith. So I've developed bad habits. This Sunday, I made a conscious choice to go horseback riding instead of going to church. Are my priorities, would I like my priorities to be different? Yes. I should have chosen to go to church and then go horseback riding. But it was more fun to go horseback riding because I had people I could ride with at that time, right? So I've formed bad habits, and that's not just this weekend. Who knows what I did the Sunday before that, and the Sunday before that, and the Sunday before that. Now, that's my faith. Now, if we talk about motherhood, all right, I want to be cooking meals for my kids. I want to be having them to bed at a certain time. I want to have this like certain kind of structure and routine for my children. So I'm writing down the ideas of where do I feel like I need to improve in that aspect. Now, it doesn't mean that my faith is trash, my motherhood is trash, or that my number 3 is providing/income. So that's my business. It doesn't mean that my business is failing, nothing like that. It doesn't mean that you're failing. It means that I need to work on this particular thing. Okay, so I think you guys kind of get what I'm saying. So it takes 2 days to form a bad habit. So how does it take 2 days to form a bad habit? Let's say Monday you go for coffee and you get a donut as well. Tuesday you go get your coffee and you get a donut as well. On Wednesday, it's going to be hard to resist getting that donut, right? It's very, very quick and easy to pick up a bad habit. So, like I said, that's where a lot of these things have come from. My dinners as a mom, it's very easy for me to throw pasta on the stove and give my kids pasta or get chicken tenders or get pizza or whatever. But that's not what I should be doing. I want my kids to remember Mom made this amazing dinner and now I have my own kids and I want to take them to grandma's house so she can make it for them, right? So it takes 2 days to form a bad habit. It takes about 66 days to break a bad habit. Now there's some research that says it takes 21, I think, days. But I can tell you, after working out, trying to get into the gym and trying to eat healthy and trying to cook for the last almost 60 days, because I'm in my second month of my 90-day challenge, it is so difficult. And and I want you guys to know it's okay to like mess up a day or mess up 2 days, but right around that 2 days is where it changes from like, okay, I fell off the wagon for a day, or I fell off the wagon for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Then you start picking up that bad habit of falling off the wagon, and you're going to stay there. So it's okay to mess up. It's okay to skip a day, whatever. It's okay to take a break for 2 days, but it's time to get back on that wagon. And even 2 days is kind of sketchy, because we talked about it takes 2 days to form a bad habit. So is this making sense so far? Like some thumbs up or something, or down. Okay, cool. All right. So what we're getting ready to do is we're going to organize the most important to the least important. And these are just kind of some notes I write down. So make sense of it from whatever aspects. Like I'm just going to read what I wrote, because it doesn't make sense necessarily in the order that I wrote it, but just listen to this. So I wrote organized, most important to least important. Our tasks daily, weekly, or monthly. Who will I let down if I don't take this seriously and be responsible? What are the financial costs associated? So these are kind of things like as I'm going to the next step, which we are going to, at this point, tackle the rabbits, and we're going to go through and do those steps with each one of the rabbits. I'm thinking, what's most important to least important are the tasks that I'm getting ready to write down weekly, daily, weekly, or monthly. Who will I let down if I don't take this seriously and be responsible? And what are the financial costs associated? If there are any, because some things are not going to be like that. All right, so next page, because the first page was basically my outline. If we go back to like high school, middle school, and we think about when we wrote reports and we have outlines and whatnot. Now we're getting to the meat of the project. So my first rabbit is faith. Now in the column here, initially I was just writing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, my steps, but to help remind me and keep me focused, because it was very easy for me to lose focus and I have to hold myself accountable, I wrote just a generic, like, okay, number 1, step 1 is describe, step 2 is purpose, step 3 is goal/feeling, step 4 is steps, and 5 is do. When is it due? So faith, step 1, just to give you guys an idea, I'm not going to go through all of my things, I'm just going to go through like 1 or 2 of these to give you guys an idea of what this is going to look like for you. So faith, describe. I'm describing what the issue is, what the problem is, what are my complaints about this particular thing. Not attending church regularly or praying often. I need to rely on God for more directing my path and believe that He will. So number 2, what is the purpose of working on this particular thing? Okay. What is the purpose of working on this particular rabbit? Is to find direction, peace, and clarity. For me, that's what this equals. What is my end goal, and how am I going to feel? Like, what is this, when I have this, where I want it to be, how am I going to feel? I'll feel less scattered, more on purpose with my life. Number 4, the steps. What are the steps that we need to take to make this rabbit, to catch this rabbit so I'm not chasing it in circles anymore? The steps I need to take are attend church, worship, devotional daily, read Bible. I need to put my Bible in my nightstand. I need prayer. I need my prayer journal. I need to look for miracles. Okay? That might just be the sunrise. That might be the sunset. That might be a flower blooming that's just beautiful. Or it might be between a crack in the driveway. Look for miracles and praise Him. A gratitude journal. Get back to doing that, right? Yoga is very spiritual for me. I don't know. It's internal. And I spend, like a lot of people spend time in prayer, spend time with God, spend time reading their Bible, and all that's super important. Yoga does something for me where I kind of like have this mental clarity and like just woosah, and that's so important. So when is this due? When is this due for me? This is something I have to do daily. Okay, there is no magic date for this thing. This is something I have to do daily, and I want to show up daily in my life, right? All right, so the second one, you guys think about your list and how is this going to apply to you, okay? Now, it might be your Hold on 1 second. Yes, okay. So sorry, I was muting somebody. All right, hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. So the second one, let me look at something real quick. Actually, I'm just gonna jump ahead a little bit. So to one of mine that's further down on the list, but something that is kind of like taking up a lot of space in my head right now is, and maybe it's silly, I don't know, but to me it's taking up a lot of space in my head because I don't like change. And so making a change in something that is kind of a big deal is a big deal to me. It's not just like, oh, okay, this is a vertical movement, we're gonna just do it. It's like a huge process. So my horse is currently at a certain barn and I pay $550 a month to keep the horse there. And there's another barn that I've recently visited and learned about, and it's the same exact price, right, for board. They still get fed, they still get fed hay, they get fed grain, whatever. All of that basic stuff is the same thing. So I'm thinking, okay, well, first of all, it's scary to move because I've been at this other barn for years, and I know them very well, and my daughter takes lessons there. But at this other barn, I'll be able to ride with other people my age. But it's further, it's down a more dangerous road. You know, there's pros and cons to each thing. And so I've been thinking, like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? If I'm gonna make a decision, I wanna make a decision fast. I don't understand why this audio keeps changing. Okay, hopefully that will take care of it. Okay, so anyway, it's just like in my head, it's like this really big deal, and I can't figure out, well, what am I gonna do and how am I gonna make a decision? Because if I'm gonna make a decision, I wanna do it fast because I have to give a 30-day notice, and that means another $550 on board to a place that maybe I'm not super duper happy with, but there really isn't anything wrong with that place. So I wrote out my pros and cons of each place. And now it's so much more clear in my mind how I can handle this decision and this choice. But then again, I'm still stuck like, okay, well, there's so many more pros at the place where he's at now. But the whole reason he's not in my backyard and saving me $550 a month is because I want to ride with people, and I want to ride with people my age. And the place he's currently at, there are no people my age riding there. And so I'm paying $550 for what? Because I could have him in my backyard and not be riding. Because I'm not riding at the barn because there's nobody to ride with. And so it's boring and it's not safe. But this other place, I can move him there. But the options are, you know, there's some cons there. So anyway, you know, that's like a big thing in my mind. So what is it that you guys are having a hard time deciphering and making decisions about? Because as long as that whole mess is going on in my head, I can't think clearly about anything else because I can't focus. I've got so many different topics going on in my mind that I can't figure out how to prioritize it until I've got it written down and I'm able to say, okay, these are the steps I need to take. Let's actually take them, and this is when I need to hold myself responsible and accountable for doing these things daily, weekly, or monthly. Okay, I'm really glad that you guys hopefully are getting something out of this. Thank you, Belinda. Because, you know, I just want to make sure that it's helpful. So this is kind of something that I did today because I went into the gym and I'm feeling defeated, feeling absolutely defeated, walking in there. And speaking of like developing bad habits and stuff, so I was on week 5, doing great, went out of town for the kids' spring break and went to a hunt camp where all my family was there, my big Italian family. And of course they're cooking, and to me it's like being a college kid and going to your parents' house to eat, and you're like, oh my God, this is so good. I love eating good food, home-cooked meals, because I never cook them. So, and when I do, it's like crock pot meal, okay? Now it's still good, but still my parents, hi Delaney, but still my parents' meals are better. Excuse me, you should be in bed. I'm flossing. In the bathroom. I'm flossing. Okay, do it in the bathroom. Yeah, okay, perfect. This is the structure we all need. Okay, good. So anyway, I go there and I'm eating all this bad stuff. Now I have gone at that point 5 weeks. How many days is that? I don't know. 7 times 5 is 35. So 35 days. Yay, I did math. So 35 days, I was good. I tracked my meals, I tracked my calories, my proteins, my macros, like all of that stuff. And I was seeing results and I was really excited. And people were seeing them on me without me having to say like, hey, do you see any difference? Like, you know, that's not what I'm doing this for. I'm doing it so I feel good. But it helps you feel good about yourself even better when other people notice it and you not having to fish for the compliment. So people were starting to notice things. My yoga pants were falling off my hips, which I didn't even know was possible. I thought yoga pants just like hug everybody and every body part, and they were literally falling off. So I go out of town for 5 days, and I'm eating whatever I want, drinking whatever I want, not counting anything or holding myself accountable. What happens? I feel like in those 5 days, I regressed like 1 month time in my training. And I got back 8 days ago, and I still am not mentally back where I was before I left to go out of town. So it is like developing those habits. It's very easy and fast to pick up those bad habits. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, so, but anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys how quick and easy it is, because even mental focus in the gym with the trainer or without the trainer, it's so hard to just be mentally there, and he can see that. I got cat hair in my mouth. So anyway, if you guys have ever tried to get on track with something like that, then you probably understand. And even in our business, let's say we work really hard. Speaking from experience, we work really hard for a month, try and reach that bonus, reach that promotion, we hit it. And then we're so proud of ourselves. And then we're like, okay, I did it. I can finally breathe. Like, I worked so hard. There was times where I worked so hard to hit that triple, hit that presidential. I didn't shower, brush my teeth, eat for like 2 days. I'm serious. Somebody came over here to like get wraps or something from me, and I like said, I'll put them on the hood of your car. Don't hug me. I need to stay away from you because I am disgusting. So, you know, and then you take this break, but that break, if that turns into more than a day, if that turns into 2 days, it's very easy to fall off that wagon, because that day off turns into a weekend off, turns into a week off or vacation away. And then next thing you know, you are completely like just done. You're emotionally, mentally done. You've checked out. And to get back into focused mode takes a lot of effort. I'm just checking to see what the chat says. Okay, so anybody have questions so far? Anybody want to share some of the things on their list, or if they have suggestions, or you know, maybe some ideas? That's awesome. Yes, if you didn't hit your goal last month, it's okay. Push harder this month. It's just getting you closer to hit it this month, you guys. Don't allow that feeling of defeat to take you over, even though I'm feeling defeated in the gym, because that is one of the top, you know, one of the things I'm really focused on here, because I've been talking about it for so long. I'm actually doing it. So my fitness, my health, my image is very important. And what was I saying? Oh, so even though I feel defeated in the gym, I'm still showing up, I'm still going, and I'm not half butting it, if you get what I'm saying. I am doing it, but my mentality is not there. But listening to like that, my trainer had me listen to that motivational clip first thing when I came in and did my workout. I listened to that, and that really helped me get in the mode. I was in tears today at the gym. I was also angry today at the gym. So I felt so many emotions. I felt motivated, then I felt unmotivated, then I felt motivated, then I felt sad, I felt angry. It was like this whole mix of emotions, and that's normal. And you're going to feel that in your business too. But the thing is I used those emotions, that anger, to push harder. I had tears coming down my face, and I'm laying there on the bench, and I'm pushing harder. literally had streams of water coming down. For whatever reason, I was sad in that very moment. And I think it was because I felt defeated. And I know that that was a word that I used today because I did feel defeated. But you just keep going. Same thing in the business. It might not work out in the time frame that you had set for yourself. And that's okay. It's not okay when you give up and you quit. It's not okay that if I go to my trainer, like I did, I went to him, I said, this is what I'm looking to accomplish in 90 days. And I had pictures and I said, this is the butt I want. This is the stomach I want. And these are the legs that I want. And I had a collage of all of the body parts that I have found across the internet and idolized, right? And he's like, okay, perfect. Good job for doing your homework because I need you to have that visual so that when you feel defeated, you look back at that image and you say, okay, that's what I'm working hard for. Need to keep going. But now we're nearing day 60 in this adventure and I am not looking anything like that, okay? So January came or February came, you went to conference, you're like, oh my gosh, diamond this month. Okay, well now it's been 2 months and you're like, where's my diamond? It's okay. You're closer to diamond now than you were in February when you went to conference. And that is the important thing, is that every day you take a step closer to hitting that goal and achieving that success, because it's not going to happen overnight. And you don't want to build your business overnight like that, because you know what? It's happened to me too. It will crack and fall and crash and burn. Okay? So just build and work with the people who are showing up and the people who want it on your team. And if you are showing up, you are doing the right thing, okay? You keep being the rock star that you want to find on your team, and you will find those rock stars. They will come to you. But if you're too focused on the people who quit on you, too focused on the people who aren't showing up, too focused on the things that people aren't doing, then you're going to have more of that. And it's going to discourage you, and soon you will become that, okay? Don't let the drama, if there's drama in the team, in your team, if there's drama between you and another leader, if there's drama between in your family, in your relationships, in your friendships, whatever it is, don't allow that to become any part of that. You need to have this as a healthy outlet to put your energy into, just like going through my divorce, going through things in my entire, like during my journey with It Works, my adventure with It Works. Going through the hardest times in my life, I used that energy to focus into my business, and I grew so fast not so fast, but I grew so much during that time personally, but also my business. That's when I hit all my ranks, my big leadership ranks, was through those trials in my life. So use that to push you. Try not to feel defeated. And when you do feel defeated, recognize why you're feeling defeated, but also take the time to acknowledge how far you have come since you initially set that goal. So conference came out, they announced these go fast bonuses. Like, I'm gonna get that $10,000 bonus, right? I've done that too, and I've missed it, but it's okay. It didn't stop me from keep pushing, right? That commit, don't quit attitude. So you're further today than you were yesterday. You're way further today than you were back in February when they announced those bonuses. And it's not over. This is not over until you say it's over. And you quitting, it's done. It is absolutely done. But you keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when it's really difficult, even when you feel like this journey is super lonesome and you don't have anybody there to help you. First of all, you've got uplines available to help you. If not your enroller, your immediate leg leader, then you also have me. You also have Christy DeJesus. But, you've got such great resources. So you just keep going. And that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys. But chasing rabbits, if you feel like you're doing so much and you're spinning your wheels and you're just not getting anywhere, write those things down. Take those steps and organize. And remember, it takes 2 days to form a bad habit. Just 2 days, and it takes over 60 days to break that habit. Anybody have anything that they want to say? Okay, I'll unmute you. Hey, Lauren.
I wrote it in the chat, but you didn't answer it. It's okay. I feel like every morning I wake up and I'm immediately like, okay, I've got this, and I get immediately scattered right as I wake up. and I need to break the habit of being scattered when I wake up. So what is like a good tip for the first thing in the morning for me to do? Like, should I read something? Should I have like like the night before, should I have a quote ready to go in the morning? Like I have all of these things, but again, I'm so scattered that when I wake up in the morning, my list goes from, okay, I'm going to do this. And then I immediately I go into night. Obviously I can't even get the sentence out, but you get where I'm going.
I totally get what you're saying. This is such a good topic and question. I'm working on this myself. I have not perfected it yet. However, at One Team, One Mission last month with Joel and Stephanie Dunn, Joel said something that was so on point, and I would love to find the recording of it. But he said when he wakes up in the morning, if you get, like, one of the first things I do, even before I wake the kids up, is I pull my phone out and I'm scrolling Facebook, I'm checking messages. And that right there, he said, is a reactionary mindset. Like, you are in reaction mode instead of action, take charge, you set the tone for the day. And so a lot of things that people do to create that, like to make that switch, like what you're talking about, and what I need to work on doing myself is, for him, it's Bible, prayer, and then I think he said fitness, cardio, yoga, whatever it is, fitness. And then from there, he goes on throughout his day. Now, I think that that's exactly it. But that's basically the same thing that I've heard from other people as well, is they do not pick up their phone at all until after they've done the few, like, set things in the morning that they said helps get them mentally focused and ready to take on the day. One of the things that I found helps me, aside from those things, is a 6 list, or however many it is that you just know you have to do every single day. So that might be messaging 5 people on Instagram. That might be pre-posting for the whole day through Buffer. And for me, that's really like a job in itself, because it's important to have that done. Otherwise, I just get busy and I don't think about it during the day. So whatever that is, or the night before, like you said, if you want to plan beforehand, you could decide, okay, these are the things I need to get done tomorrow, and this is the list that I can't afford I can't go to bed without these things accomplished. And I think that that's awesome.
Okay. Because, yeah, being scattered is one of my biggest frustrations right now. Is I wake up and I'm like, okay, I got to do this, and then I'll start to do one, and then something will redirect me to the other one, and then I just get completely off topic, and then I get like tunnel vision on that one, and then I just go, it's like a ping pong ball, like all day long, going back and forth, and then at the end of the day, I'm exhausted, and I look and I'm like, I feel like I've done absolutely nothing, and or I'll start, like you said, you start to do Buffer, and you start to do all these posts, and you start to, get a message, and then I'll get a text message, and then that directs me. And then I forget that I'm like halfway through a messaging somebody. So it's just trying to keep that, I guess, just trying to make the good habit of getting the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever done every day. Right. I think I should do baby steps and maybe limit it to like 2 or 3.
Yeah. I think that's awesome. I think that's perfect. Another thing for me, because I get scattered like that too, something will take my attention immediately. Like you said, a text message comes in, a message, I see a status, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to, like, whatever, comment, help this person feel better, whatever the situation is. And I'm totally distracted, and now I don't even know what I was working on or where my focus was or whatever. I've completely lost it. So one thing, what was it going to be? Oh, one thing that I found really helps is I put my phone on silent and I set a timer up, and I do my power hour for It Works. By having that list of IPAs, income producing activities, there's a chart in Rapaholics in the file section with different things and ideas there. So I have that out, and then I'll go through and set that timer, and I'll say, okay, I'm going to do this task for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. Do it and have that timer, because I know that timer is holding me accountable. It's not just in my mind like, oh, okay, we'll do this for an hour. We're going to do these 3 activities or however many activities. I've got that timer going, and I want to get as much done as I can before that timer goes off. And it's also really fun to get with somebody and do that together at the exact same time. as one another to do that power hour. And that's why sometimes we do it on our weekly Zoom meetings, because it helps us actually do it instead of just talking about it, and also trying something different, because not everybody uses a timer. They're just like, okay, we're gonna do these 3 tasks and we're gonna be done with our power hour, and just make sure we get it all done in an hour. So finding somebody to do that with, because then not only is the timer holding you accountable, but you're both doing it, and it's kind of like this friendly competition, like competitiveness to like race to the end and see how much you can get done. So that's another option as well. Anybody have anything else? Oh, okay, so I'm looking through the chat. Belinda said, I started to buffer my morning post. This has done so much for me. I start my morning so much calmer and more focused because I don't look at my phone. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so Cheryl, the file is, I believe, called Power Hour or IPAs, Income Producing Activities. There might be 2 different files that have both of those titles. But it's a file I believe I created last summer. You're welcome. Okay, cool. Well, if that's it, then that's it for me. And we do have our corporate call here starting in 2 minutes. So make sure you get on your Wired app and pull it up through there. There's 3 different ways to be able to listen to it through there. Perfect, you got it. All right, so you guys, thank you so much. I hope this helped tonight. I hope you learned something. I hope that this will help you accomplish your end result and your goals. And I really appreciate you guys being on. I love you all. I thank you guys so much for being such an important part of my life, this team. And thank you for being an asset to this business. And it works. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you. I love you guys.